years ago or so, poker just seemed to be something you played with your buddies on a Friday night, drinking beer and relaxing, and now, just like the MGM, it's this huge, massive industry. How did that happen?
Well, to tell you the truth, poker is still played at home every single day.
Right.
But I'm telling you, these big tournaments have really turned it around. The online, the television, what I like to call the moneymaker effect, turning $40 into $2.5 million. There's people winning $1 million tournaments every week now, and it's a really exciting time for poker.
Now, guys like yourself that have been around poker forever, how do you feel about these new young guys coming in trying to take over?
Well, I tell you, it's been, hey, I'm still a young guy. What's going on here? But anyway, I think that the young guys coming in make it exciting for everybody, because with the young guys come the new money and the prize pools get bigger. And even the old guys are still winning. Doyle Brunson just won a tournament for $1 million. You know, TJ Cloutier is still a very successful player. So both sides are having much success with the new game.
Today on Inside Poker, we head to the second annual Vans Action Sports World Series of Poker. An in-depth interview with the 2004 Tournament of Champions winner, Annie Duke. A playing tip from a master of Omaha, Robert Williamson III. Head-to-head with the poker professor, Howard Lederer. And don't miss Savage on the River. This is Inside Poker. We're inside Binion's Gambling Hall and Hotel in Las Vegas for the second annual Vans Action Sports World Series of Poker. No other location was more fitting than the historic casino that made poker famous.
We're up in the bullpen. We're up in heaven. This is God's country for poker players. I'm super stoked being here, like at Binion's. Like, I mean, this is where poker started, the World Series here and everything. So that's super cool.
This is like home to me.
Action sports athletes and poker players competed for cash prizes and a top victory that offered an automatic entry into the 2006 World Series of Poker.
So I overheard you say that you only pitch about every 5 days or so that gives you a lot of time to practice poker and just hang out, right?
We play a lot of poker, yeah. We golf a lot, we play a lot of poker. You know, being on the mound is what I live for. I've been playing baseball since I was 5 years old, so that's my passion, that's my love. This is my pastime right here.
You feel like people were out to get you because you were the man to beat today?
Sure, but that's okay. There's always next year.
These aren't even pros. These are skateboarders.
That's right. Hey, and that's why we sponsor it, because we believe in all these guys here.
Look at this guy. He's coming after
They're trying to size you up here.
I'm going after him. I want the trophy.
Of course you do.
That's what it's all about.
Oh, look at him. Folded. They might be out to get you because you have the money.
That's usually how it goes, isn't it?
You know, poker it's a lot like action sports. You know, it's a lot of excitement and adrenaline, and you know, you got sometimes risk it all. You know, just like we do in riding a motorcycle. And I guess
can't break a leg going all in.
Yeah, that is a good thing here. Yeah, I'm not going to hurt myself if I go all in.
You know, if I'm doing something in skating like that is kind of scary to me, I get about the same adrenaline, probably more actually in some hands of poker. You get more shaky.
The next day at the SIA convention, where the skiing and snowboarding industries party down to do business, players were given a second chance to get back in the game. The top 2 finishing players would get rewarded with short stacked seats at the final table. We'll be back to see who draws the nuts and has the guts for the final table. But first, here's a playing tip from a master of Omaha, Robert Williamson III.
So we're here with Robert Williamson III, and we're playing Pot Limit Omaha, a game that I don't fully understand, I guess, because let's see a flop here. I flopped a set of queens, so I know I have the best hand, right? Because I've got the top set of queens. This hand cannot be beat on the flop.
You've got the best hand available, but you don't have the best hand. Because Omaha is a game of draws.
My hand, I have multiple straight draws and also a flush draw. Right now, on the turn, I have 21 outs to win this one. 21 outs. You have 7 kill outs. You can have 7 cards that you can kill my hand where I can't redraw. Okay. But I have 21 outs here twice. My hand's a prohibitive favorite against your hand, as we can show just by randomly showing the rest of the deck. That's a winner. Jack 9 gives me a straight.
Wait, we haven't seen the river yet.
All right. Now I have a flush. Even better.
She didn't burn.
I'll burn for you. All right. I got a flush. Wow, I've got lucky again. We're gonna see if you can get a safe card off of here. We're hoping you get a safe card off of here. You got a safe card.
Okay.
So now your hand's improved. You've gotten through one more street. You would really feel confident that your 3 queens are the best hand now, right?
Yeah.
They're not. We have 12 cards in use out of 52 card deck. There's 40 cards left. I still have 21 outs. I have 21 wins. You have 19 wins. So I'm still a small favorite, even after a dead turn card. I'm still a small favorite. But on the flop, before that card, I'm a prohibited favorite.
Okay. All right.
And that's what makes Omaha such a great game. It's a game of draws. So what seems like it's the best isn't always the best. It's a very tricky game. It's a very subtle game. Many times, what seems the best is the best. To make that decision, that's where it really gets to be a little complicated. Okay. And also to know your opponents, what they're capable of playing and how they're capable of playing.
I think I'll stick to the 2-card game. Thanks a lot, Robert.
Appreciate you having me.
We'll be right back with more Inside Poker.
We'll be back for the final table of Binions, and don't miss an exclusive interview with the 2004 Tournament of Champions winner, Annie Duke, when Inside Poker returns. Inside Poker is presented by PartyPoker.net, the world's largest poker school. More players, more tables, more winners at PartyPoker.net. And by InsidePoker.tv. Get tips and watch streaming video at poker's first web video channel, InsidePoker.tv. We're back inside Binions for the final table at the 2nd annual Vans Action Sports World Series of Poker. The top 10 players sat down for an all-out battle for the championship, competing for nearly $35,000 in cash prizes and an automatic entry spot into the 2006 World Series of Poker. First out was the 2 short-stacked winners from the SIA qualifier. And following in 8th place, Jill Ann Spalding, poker's most famous Playboy Playmate.
So Jill Ann, you went from Playboy Playmate to Poker Queen. How did you get mixed up in poker?
Well, actually, I did a celebrity shoot for Playboy on a card table.
Really?
Like being a professional poker player. So that's kind of a little secret that I usually don't tell everybody.
Well, I feel so special. Well, thank you.
At least I used to, but I don't anymore.
Ace, Queen, 6-9, and now you're standing here talking to me. What happened?
Well, the guy was just trying to get lucky, and he did, so, that's poker.
Exactly.
I think he was just trying to give me some action. That was good, so.
Well, much like action sports, you still get quite a rush when you're riding, I can imagine.
It's the best thing you can ever do.
How does that rush compare to going all in at a poker tournament like this?
Well, I would have to say that I have to get on the chopper after this, take a ride, chill out a little bit, and that's really what it's all about for me. This is big-time fun, though.
The eliminations continued, coming to a showdown between Jessie Shotwell and Susan Kim, forcing a 3rd-place finish for the newcomer.
I have to tell you that around the table, people were talking about you being such a strong player, and they thought you might come out on top. When did you start playing poker?
Actually, the end of November.
The end of November?
Yeah.
So was this luck, or was this just
luck?
Beginner's luck skill?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to catch some good cards, and that's about it, I think. I think it's luck.
The final shootout came between self-proclaimed ski bum Jessie Shotwell and Florida native Kenneth Bernal.
Here we are at the Vans Action Sports Poker Series final table. Down to our final 2 players. We got someone all in, and someone could become champion. Let's check it out.
All in with Jessie's Jack 10 of diamonds against Kenneth's Ace of spades and Deuce of diamonds. The turn gave Kenneth 3 of a kind, sealing his victory.
We have our champion. All right. Congratulations. You made it down to the final two, and you were a tough competitor all day. What happened?
I guess that's just poker. You can't. Cards don't always come, and people. It's the made hand versus the draw, and if the draw gets there, it usually beats the made hand. And he had the draw last time and got there, and I had the draw this time and didn't, and that's the end of the story.
So here we are, final table. You called him, and turned out good for you. 3 deuces.
Yeah.
I know that earlier you went in with the 6-9. You haven't been messing around at this table. What was your strategy?
All in.
All in, that's it? So do you always have the nuts, or were you bluffing?
Well, no, I've always had the nuts.
Oh, you do, always.
Usually.
Congratulations, Ken. We'll all be watching for you at the World Series of Poker.
Right here, big smile. Yeah, get smile.
So your reign is officially over. What do you think of the new winner?
Well, I think, Ken's a great guy. And by the way, just so everybody knows, Ken was the one that knocked me out early. Ace King, Ace Queen. So I was really happy when Ken, turned it on and kept going. I guess he took the luck from last year and pulled it on through. And, that's history.
Well, that's it from the Vans Action Sports Poker Series. We'll be back with more Inside Poker.
Stay tuned, poker players. Don't miss our exclusive interview with the 2004 Tournament of Champions winner, Annie Duke. Plus head-to-head with Howard Lederer and Savage on the River when Inside Poker returns. Inside Poker is being brought to you by PartyPoker.net, the world's largest poker school. More players, more tables, more winners at PartyPoker.net. And by InsidePoker.tv. Get tips and watch streaming video at poker's first web video channel, InsidePoker.tv. Now, Matt Savage sits down with the one and only Annie Duke.
Annie Duke, so here with Annie Duke. She's won over $3.5 million in tournament poker. Not only one of the most successful women players in the world, but also one of the most successful players. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Be here. Thank you.
Why is it that women have been unable to win major championships?
I think it's just really a numbers game. When you look at any major tournament that you see on TV, only about 5% of the people who are playing tend to be women.
Right.
And so it's really just a numbers game. You have 95% men and 5% women. The fact that, for example, in the World Series in 2004, 3 women won tournaments at that event, and there were only about 30 events. So 10% of those tournaments were won by women that only comprised 5% of the field. That's actually pretty remarkable. I mean, that's a pretty good rate considering.
Do you feel like you're like one of the leaders in that and getting more women into the game?
I play poker because I love the game, not because I want to show everybody that women can do it. I think that one of the things that's great about poker is it's a place where women and men can compete on an equal footing, unlike, say, on a football field. And so that has always really appealed to me. If by succeeding, I show women that they can succeed in this world as well, that's incredibly gratifying. I want people to know that just because you walk in a room and 95% of the people are men, it doesn't mean that you can't sit down and win just as well as they can. And in fact, because they're likely to give you less respect, you're likely to win more money than your male counterparts that have the same skill level that you do. So it's actually a really great game for women to get into.
It even came down to that in 2004. You kind of had a difficult decision. The ladies' tournament was televised.
Right.
And the event you're playing in that you
Was
won your
untelevised.
bracelet was not televised.
That's right.
Why would you make that decision?
I believe really strongly that women can compete in this game with men. And I don't believe that there should be a ladies-only event that's a world championship event. I think that ladies-only events are great for women to get an introduction into the game. Because the fact is, I remember when I started playing, in 1993 was the first World Series I played, and I only played the ladies event. Because I'd never played a tournament before, and I didn't want to sit down in a tournament where Eric Lederer and Howard Lederer and, Doyle Brunson and all these people were playing. It was scary to me. So it was a great way for me to get introduced to the game, and I think that that's where ladies tournaments are really good. It gets women into the poker room. It gets them to enjoy the game and get a love for the game and learn how great it is without feeling intimidated by the fact that it's a sea of 95% men. Beyond that, though, I don't think there should be ladies tournaments, because I think that sends a message that the only way you can win is if you play against girls. because girls aren't as good as boys. And that's not true. The girls in this game, when you look at Jennifer Harmon, when you look at me, when you look at Kathy Liebert, Christy Gazes, Cindy Violet, these are women who are really, really, really good poker players. They're as good as the men out there. And I think that because of that, if you want to win a world championship, it should be a true world championship, and it should be against everybody in the world. And women are perfectly capable of winning, even if they're playing against the guys.
Being a top tournament player, do you feel like you have a rivalry with the other top tournament players, other women like Jennifer Harmon or Kathy Liebert or Mimi Tran? Or
I really don't. I mean, I've sort of heard that some women feel like they have a rivalry with me, but I really look at everybody as a poker player, not as whether it's a woman or a man. And I don't look at you and be like, okay, you're a girl, now let me judge you on the basis of that. And I don't want people to judge me on the basis of that. Either I like you or I don't. And it's not because you're a girl, and it's not because you're a guy. It's because you're a good person who I feel is really honest, and someone who I can trust, and someone who's going to be there and fun to go out with, or whatever it is that's going to make you my friend. And I have lots of females who are friends in the game and lots of men who are friends in the game, and I don't feel a rivalry with anyone. Just like I don't feel a rivalry with Eric Seidel. Every time Eric Seidel wins a tournament, it doesn't matter whether I was at a table with him during the tournament. I am so happy that he won. The same thing with my brother. I am so happy when he has success. Robert Williamson, I'm just really happy when he has success, and that's true. When Cindy Violet had such a great World Series this year, I was really happy for her. She's a really sweet girl. She's really, really nice. She's honest. She's fun. And she deserves every bit of success that she gets,
It's just as fun busting him out of a tournament, isn't it?
Well, it's really fun busting my brother out of a tournament because he used to, beat me at everything that we played when we were little. I mean, we'd play Monopoly, I'd get crushed. We'd play Risk, I'd get crushed, It's like my sweet revenge for all the times he used to beat me when I was a kid. But other than that, it's not fun for me to bust Howard out of a tournament, even though I needle him about it afterwards. That's what's fun, is the needle, But it's not fun when I bust any of my friends out of a tournament. Not that I don't want to bust every single one of them out of a tournament. As a poker player, I do. As a friend, I want everybody to succeed. I think that there's enough in poker for every single person to have success. And to have a rivalry with anyone or have jealousy with anyone doesn't make any sense for me. There's plenty to go around. And if all my friends could be happy and successful, that would make it a really good life. It would make it a really good life for them, and it would make me really happy because I want the people that I love to do well in life,
You've done a great job promoting yourself. Maybe one of the top 2-3 players in the game promoting themselves. What are some of the projects you're working on now?
Well, I've got this book right here. This is my autobiography. It's Annie Duke, How I Raised, Folded, Bluffed, Flirted, Cursed, and won millions at the World Series of Poker. So, and this has some strategy in it. It's mostly my life story. Okay. And there's a picture section. I always like picture sections in autobiography. See, there's my beautiful children.
Oh, nice.
And that's me with $2 million, which is almost as nice. Almost as nice, not quite. Almost as nice, not quite.
Well, you've been an inspiration to not only a lot of poker players around the world, but a lot of people, and thank you very much for your interview.
Well, thank you.
Up next, head to head with the poker professor, Howard Lederer. And don't miss Savage on the River when Inside Poker returns. Inside Poker is being brought to you by PartyPoker.net, the world's largest poker school. More players, more tables, more winners at PartyPoker.net. And by Poker Player Newspaper, the source for poker news and information. Pick it up in poker rooms across the country. Let's go head to head with Howard Lederer.
Howard, we have our Inside Poker head to head, and I'm going to ask you some questions, short questions, but I want your answers as it relates to you in poker. Fear.
I have none.
Luck.
Doesn't exist.
Tradition.
World Series of Poker.
Location. Aesthetics. Does that make a difference to you?
No.
Sizing up your competitor.
You better start doing it from the second you sit down.
Characters in the game.
They're a necessary evil.
Pacing. Changing gears.
Nothing I really ever think about.
Style.
I think everyone's style is unique.
The bluff.
That is poker.
Would you rather win a bluff or having the best hand?
Oh, bluff. By a lot.
Loss.
You better get used to it.
Money.
It's how we keep score.
Growth as it relates to the size of the game growing.
It's what poker has had coming to it for a long time.
Think it has much room more to grow?
Oh, yeah. Particularly internationally.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Now here's Matt Savage on the river.
Everybody wants to know, what's the real championship? The World Poker Tour Main Event Championship? The World Series of Poker? Now, the World Series has been around for so long, but with 5,600 players, really, is that the real championship? A lot of the players that I talk to these days say with 5,600 players in the main event this year, it's unfair. There's no way to tell who the best player is. The common thinking is the player that wins the World Series of Poker isn't the world's best player. Well, that may be true, but he did win the World Series of Poker and $7.5 million. So, you decide. Is that player the world champion? I'm Matt Savage on the river.
When in Las Vegas, the Inside Poker crew stays at Binion's Hotel. For reservations, please call 1-800-937-6537 or book your room online at binions.com. Thanks for joining us. Protect your blinds and know when to lay them down. For Matt Savage and Courtney Perner, I'm Kristen Rubis. We'll see you at the table next time on Inside Poker.